Okay, so I'm just gonna pretend like I'm sitting down with a friend here. Cheers. Ding. I want to know what your thoughts are. What are you at? And are you feeling complete? Do you feel like you need more? You're not agreeing with your partner? Like, where are you at? Tell me in the comments. I want to hear. Let's talk about it. We are done with 3. Hey guys, my name is Shayla. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, we talk about motherhood, we talk about pregnancy, we do things kind of eco-friendly, kind of natural, hippie, granola. I have a 4-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 3-month-old who I'll be talking to this whole time because he just woke up. And we keep things positive. So I made a positive thought prompt flip book because there's so much incoming information. I feel like we don't think anymore. What are my biggest strengths and weaknesses? How would those closest to me describe me? I also created a positive mindset guide. This is the guide if you are a mother and you are just having a hard time in motherhood. You're resentful towards your spouse. You wake up in the morning and you're like, what am I gonna do for the next 12 hours with my kids? Like if you're just struggling in any way, this is the guide for you. My husband was even like, I've noticed a huge shift when I started doing this. It tells you how to consider your circumstances, because we all have circumstances that are really make life hard, and they're all different for everybody. The same experience can happen to 2 different people, and just depending on their mindset about it can be how they perceive it. If that sounds like something that's interesting to you, go to HEYSHAYLA.com/shop. If you're new here and any of this sounds interesting, please subscribe. If you're not new here, please like the video if you like the video. Today, we're gonna talk about how I know I'm done having children. And it's actually, I'm excited. And so I wanted to tell you because it's such a hard decision. There's so many factors that go into it, and people just stew on it for a very long time to figure out what they want to do. So I'm going to tell you kind of some of our factors. These are for me, right? I support you if you want 1 child. I support you if you want 0 children. If you have 15, 20, 30, I don't care. I support you in whatever you decide. And just because I say that I'm at my capacity and I have 3 and you have 10 and you're like, what? It's fine. These are just my thoughts. And so I hope that they give you a little insight if you're thinking about it. Before we get started in all the good stuff, this video is sponsored by LMNT. They have a seasonal chocolate pack. I'm getting it in the mail. It's coming. It's coming. Chocolate mint, chocolate chai, and chocolate raspberry. It's only seasonal. It's only for like these cold months. Recently I was like, maybe I shouldn't be drinking so much caffeine. But I just wanted to like reduce my caffeine intake. They recommend that you do these chocolates warm. So I was like, maybe I'll just have this chocolate chai instead of coffee. And I'm really excited about it. Or if you're drinking coffee, put it right in your coffee. There's obviously sodium in there. There's magnesium, which is so good for you during pregnancy and postpartum. They come in these little packs. And if you're just like not that great at drinking, throw this in your water. I sometimes put it in my half gallon. Like it's enough to still flavor that, and it'll help you get your water intake for the day. If you buy anything on their website with the link drinklmnt.com/HEYSHAYLA, you will also receive a free sample pack so you can try all the flavors. Okay, ready? Are you ready? Why we're stopping at 3. So I know I made a video about why we're stopping at 2. I was like in a groove. I was loving 2. I was loving their ages. It was super fun. And I was just like, I am loving this. I don't know that I can handle a 3rd. People say, you'll know. You'll know when you're done. I'm like, will you? What's that feeling like? 2, I didn't have the feeling of complete. I have a friend who also had her 3rd around the exact same time, and I was like, feeling pretty done. She's like, really? I'm not. And I was like, you have the feeling that you want more now? And she's like, yeah, we're just not complete yet. So that feeling did come to me when we had our 3rd. I was always like a 2-3. Sometimes I'd be like 5, that'd be fun. But mostly reality show was like 2 to 3 kids. And then everyone on Instagram is having 4 kids. So I was like, okay, 4 sounds fun. Reality show is like, no, this is it. Your partner also has like pretty big impact, and like what they grew up with is gonna impact it. What you grew up with is gonna impact it. Pregnancy with other children is hard. And I followed Chan with the boys. She's having her 4th, and she talked about this. Pregnancy with other children around is really difficult, but it's a small blip in time, and I want more children. And if I wanted more, that's a great perspective, but I don't. I don't think I can do another pregnancy with 3 kids and do another labor. Like I just don't. I think age is a factor. I'm 34. I'll be 35. By the time this video comes out, I'll be 35. I know people are having babies when they're 40. More power to you. I just don't want to do that. I just don't. And Seth is even older than me, and he's like, I don't want to have kids super old. But we're also so glad that we waited till we were 30, or in our 30s, to have kids. Like we had a wild 20s with traveling and going and seeing a bunch of things that we're really grateful for that. I am such an intense parenter, mother, co-sleep. I want to homeschool. Like there's so many things that I just want to do like very intensely. I just don't, even now I'm like, I feel like I can't support all of their needs as much as I want to. And I'm like, I don't want to add a 4th and feel even less of that. I want them all to feel very loved and nurtured, and I feel like I'm doing a good job. I already feel like I only have 2 armpits, and I have 3 kids that all want to be in my armpits, and I don't want to feel like I'm stretched too thin between everybody. I know the oldest will keep getting older, and I know he's only 3 months old, and so like probably when he gets a little more independent, I'll be like, maybe we could have done a fourth, but like also Seth is like, hard no, I'm going to get a vasectomy. And I'm like, whoa, this is a conversation. He's like, no way, we're done with 3. He hasn't done it yet. Yo, the deductible has been met. Now's the time. If you're serial about this, get on it. And I want to enjoy this time. I don't want to be like so overwhelmed and so stressed out. I want to like enjoy these little guys. And a lot of that is mindset, but also you're only 3 months old, but I'm ready to be out of the baby phase. Once you're done, I'll enjoy you. And I do enjoy him so much because I know it's my last. And so it's so sweet. Mwah. I'm ready to get all the junk out of my house where we can like go do things. To play board games and to go on trips. The trips, that's another thing. Plane tickets can be so expensive, and the more you have to buy, the more expensive they get and the less you get to do. And that's part of, Seth and I are very intentional about like, okay, we're not gonna be traveling through the next few years. Like, what do we want? We wanna be the house that everybody comes to play. We host Thanksgivings and we wanna be that house. And so that's really what we're focused on now while we're not traveling. And like, I feel like people who have tons of kids have tons of support. And I could be wrong about this. I follow other people who are having like 6 kids and like their mom lives on the property. So if we had more support that wasn't paid, I might consider doing more. But I solo parent a lot. We don't have a lot of unpaid support. We do it a lot by ourselves. So 3 feels a little bit like a stretch, but like a good stretch. So I said travel was important, but also activities. Activities apparently are just so expensive. We do gymnastics right now. Once you start getting into like higher level activities, it gets real expensive, and we want our kids to be in sports and stuff like that. I feel like finances is a huge factor. And then thinking about schools. Once you get out of daycare, then are you gonna go public school? Are you gonna go private school? Are you gonna go homeschool? Are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? And I am leaning towards homeschooling right now. And even 3, I'm like, how do you do that? People do it. And one thing that people do not talk about, this I feel like is so not talked about, your children's personalities. If they're like an independent kid, I feel like you could have more kids. If you've got kids that are super high touch, high emotions, you're not gonna have as many kids. I have both of those. I wouldn't have more kids because I feel like you need to support that kid more, and you're gonna have less capacity for more children. Does that make sense? And then just your mindset overall. If you can handle the chaos, if you can handle the mess, if you are at home with your kids, if your partner is really involved with your kids, like there's so many factors. So you can't just be like, well, everyone on Instagram's having 4. I solo parent a lot. I am an intense parenter. I want to travel. I want my kids to have activities. I want to enjoy all of this. So I think that's kind of where I'm at mentally with this choice, and I feel good about it. When I had 2 and I thought about not having a 3rd, I was like, I think I would always kind of be sad about that, and I don't feel like I'll be sad if I don't have a 4th. And I feel excited. I feel excited that like when I get to just enjoy it one more time and then move on to the next phase. This was kind of a random just talk video. I would love to know what number you're at, if you feel complete, just like your thoughts around having more kids. I hope this was interesting or helpful for you. See you guys next week. Bye.